Hey, good morning. It's Mobb Guppy. The Guppy is the mob. Yes, it is 4:37 Central Time. I normally get up at about 3:45. I woke up with a headache at about 3, and Bolo realized I was awake, so here I am having a nice cup of Joe and hanging out with good people like you. Merry Christmas on this Christmas Eve. I hope that your festivities are filled with family and friends. And I hope that you have a very nice holiday. If you're celebrating Hanukkah, I hope your Hanukkah was great. Kwanzaa, that comes up next week. Go Kwanzaa, go. So, happy holidays to all. A big day in the fish room. I'm going to do some water changes today. I'm new to my town, so I don't really know anybody except for people at work, and they have to put up with me 8 hours a day at the office. I get no invites, so that's okay. So I'm going to be in the process now of just chilling like a villain. I've got a delicious do the water changes, do some feedings. I've got to put not zucchini. I have cucumber to go in a couple of my tanks, so that's part of the deal today. You guys have anything going on in the fish room on your Christmas Eve? Would love to hear about it. Bolo's here. He's my fish room companion, my little dog. He's in my lap. He's eaten a lot already this morning, so it's all good. By the way, your $2,000 of stimulus money, you know what I'm doing with it, don't you? Fish! My flooring gets done. By the way, if you're here, say hi. I want to say hi to you. Give me a big old like. Is that, yeah, I have this fish room that I have to finish. I've got to get that up and running. The flooring gets done on Tuesday. Big thumbs up on that. And once the flooring is done, I'll start, I'll put in a rack and then another rack. And then I need to get a big, at least a 65-gallon aquarium in there. Yeah, I'm excited. I probably have to get an electrician now. Cody-san, how are you doing? Welcome to the live stream. Great having you here. I hope, are you going to bed or are you just getting up like me? I don't have to go anywhere today. In fact, not planning on it. Just planning on hanging out in the home and with Bolo and the fish. Oh, you're getting ready for bed. Yeah, there you go. I used to work the all-night shift. Did that for several years. I worked the graveyard or the yard. I like the shift. It was a good shift to work, primarily because you could get stuff during the day. Now I work early morning, so I get done with work. I can go if I have to go to run an errand or do something like that, where it's like you have to leave the workplace to do it in the middle of the day. I would much rather do what I do. I'm able to go run those little errands, get stuff done. I live in the 4 states region of the United States where Missouri, Kansas, Arkansas, and Oklahoma all come together. And we are troubled in my community by Kansans. And because Kansans drive in 2 different ways. They either drive like bats out of hell, or say hi, Bolo. There he is. They drive either like bats out of hell or 20 miles per hour under the speed limit. It's unbelievable. And so one of the problems that you end up having. Hey, Chewy. Yeah. No, I woke up. I woke up about a little over an hour ago. Got out of bed at 4 and walked Bolo, made coffee, hanging out with you guys. And just figured I'd go live. Why not? What else do I have going on? So it's I'll do my water changes here after breakfast. I have eggs, vegan sausage, and I got biscuits this morning. It's about 3 a.m. there. Yep. All good in the hood. Yeah, so I've got to go through there. So now it looks like we're getting $2,000 stimulus checks, which is great. By the way, I like museums about as much as anybody. I actually am a really kind of a museum geek. It's Bolo's coming on up. So I like museums about as much as anybody. I really do. But the idea here is that COVID relief comes down to people. There have been forced shutdowns. There have been a lot of inconveniences. The economy has been hurt because of COVID. I think money going straight to the people is that they're able to put it into the economy and get things rolling. And so that's my big concern is that hey, and $2,000. Here's what I'm doing. I need to do blinds in my home. I need to paint my front door, and I've got to add fish aquariums. $2,000 gone. Poof. And so now I probably have to have an electrician come in to do that. So that'll be my $2,000 gone immediately. Hello, Mr. Bolo. I think he's hungry. So, okay. So let's see what else is up. Water changes today. It's get stuff done. I'm hoping to have these. When the flooring gets in on Tuesday, I'm really pumped up about having that in place. Because once that's in place, I'm able to go and do, get stuff done, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. And I am gonna order an Asian line. You can find electricians for a case of beer. I wish I could. My problem is my brother is real handy, but he lives 2,000 miles away. I may have to weigh out, okay, do I fly him here to help me with this crap? Because he's working at home right now in California. And it may be cheaper to fly my brother here and back to help me with this over a few days than it would be to get things out. The one thing I have to do is that I have stuff in the room that I've not unpacked yet, and I've got to move them into the other bedroom where I have a lot of aquarium stuff sitting. So there you go. The IATSI union. Yeah, there you go. So what else do I have going on? I don't know. Here's what I'm having for my Christmas meal. I have hors d'oeuvres. I defrosted shrimp ready to go. Then I'm having ham, a baked potato. I have some green stuff to eat. And that's what I'm doing. I'm doing a small ham. It's like a 3-pound ham that I'll eat over the weekend and just go from there. Bolo wants to know why I'm not paying full attention to him. So there you go. Techs that look after movie and live concert industry, basically. Yeah, those guys need anything right now because it's been tough for those people. One of my buddies, his brother is a roadie that works for one of the big companies out of Atlanta that does a lot of concert type stuff. And what has changed with the concert industry, thanks Chewy for getting us off on this thing, is that it used to be the artist would go from town to town and be different people everywhere. Not so much anymore. But these guys aren't working. These guys are just they're waiting out for the COVID vaccine. Chewy, have you gotten your COVID vaccine yet? Cody's-san, anybody get their vaccine yet? They've just arrived in Joplin, and the medical personnel have received it. They're also in the process of giving it to first responders, which they should, and vulnerable populations like in old folks' homes, and or as I like to call them, the geezer freezer, and that type of stuff. So I can't wait for that. Union guys that tour with bands as well. Yep. So here's what's going on in the fish room. I'm going to put a big tank in the middle of the room. I haven't quite totally charted it yet, but I'm going to be doing. It's essentially I'm going to have about 40 aquariums in this room, which I am all about. And so I'm going to have that all set up so that I can go in and get things rolling with it. And that's the way it should be. Healthcare workers over 80, and then people who have underlying health issues, the diabetics, people with breathing issues, high blood pressure, heart conditions. Yeah, I have an acquaintance of mine who has been in the hospital now for over 3 weeks. He's been on the ventilator. They're actually giving him a trach as he's been fighting this thing. I'm worried the guy isn't going to live. He isn't that old either. He's probably early 50s. But I think he had some underlying health issues. He wasn't like the picture of health. We can do a lot of stuff in our lives. It's funny to me is that I'm more concerned sometimes with how my dog eats and how my fish eat more than how I eat. And Chewy, I haven't figured out what I need for the electricity in the new fish room yet. I'll sort of figure that out. I haven't quite figured that whole deal out yet, but I have to get it organized. I think I'm going to do the one piston pump and do that. It's cold here this morning. Chewy, what's the temperature in Canada? Cody's-san, I don't know where you are. What's the temperature this morning where you're at? It's Alexa, what's the temperature?
Right now, it's 23 degrees Fahrenheit.
23 degrees here.
Expect a high of 35 degrees.
I'll only need 110. Yeah, I've just got to go and get myself all set up. Yeah, it's the United States, the licensing really goes down to 5 inches and snowy there in Iowa. Yeah, I saw that. I'm originally from Minneapolis, and I have all my friends in Minneapolis putting up pictures of the blizzard. Nice. White Christmas. Perfect. It's cold enough here. It's it's gonna be tonight. It's getting to into the teens, maybe like 17 degrees tonight. I like sleeping, by the way, when it's colder. So I lower the temp in the house to 62. I've warmed it up now to 66. I'll raise it here a little bit. Not doing, just fish junk today. So there you go. Yeah, so I've got to get this room set up. So a total of I'm just gonna do a ton of aquariums. It's gonna be great. Case of beer is always good. I realize something. I'm not a big drinker. Occasionally, I'll sometimes I'll like a little bourbon or a little tequila, with dinner or a beer with dinner and stuff like that. I realize I have more booze in the house right now than I've ever had in my ever adult life. Normally, I just have a bottle of what I'm drinking and some beer in the fridge. I've got wine in the fridge, a chillable of red. I've got beer, tequila in the fridge, and I have bourbon. So it's like I don't think I need to buy booze for the next 6 months. You don't like working with 220 or 440? Yeah, I have to figure this out. That's the deal. It's the good news is, a $2,000 stimulus is a lot to get things done. Buddy of mine in Little Rock wants to give me some aquariums, which is great. I just have to rent a van to go down there. I told him I'd speak to him right after the beginning of the year, and just go in from there. U-Haul, is U-Haul used to be able to rent like that van from them, and you could drive it you could drive the wheels off it for the weekend. Now they're charging mileage, which is not all that good. And so I'm curious if I do this if I go down on like the 15th and return it on the 16th, and let's see if they have a van. Let's see, a cargo van. Let's see how much they would charge for that. Let's see what they would charge for that. Okay, that's not bad. So I'll figure that out. Yeah, I should invite people over, but too far away. All right, gang. I gotta get moving. Thanks for stopping by, Cody-san and Chewy and the other folks who are here. Really appreciate having you. Merry Christmas. They may pop in tomorrow. 6 below Celsius. Yeah, it's about the same here. Chilly.